Imagine if the steam engine, one of the most world-changing inventions ever, wasn't born in 18th century England, but in 16th century Istanbul. Centuries before James Watt, a brilliant scientist inside an Islamic observatory, sketched the same idea, and may have come close to building it. But his lab, his mind, was silenced by the empire he served. This is the story of Taqi al-Din, a genius who may have seen too much, and how the world might have changed if he wasn't stopped. In 1571, Taqi al-Din was appointed the chief astronomer of the Ottoman Empire. A mathematician, engineer, and physicist, he was obsessed with understanding how the universe worked. By 1577, he had convinced Sultan Murad III to build a massive observatory on a hill in Istanbul, larger than Tycho Brahe's Uraniborg in Denmark. Inside, he filled it with cutting-edge tools, armillary spheres, mechanical clocks accurate to the second, and massive quadrants for measuring celestial motion. And when a bright comet appeared that same year, Taqi didn't panic. He measured it. While much of Europe feared the comet as a divine omen, Taqi al-Din treated it as data, recording its arc, speed, and angle. He wanted science to replace superstition. But that was exactly the problem. In the shadows of his astronomical work, Taqi al-Din also drew designs for machines powered by steam. In one manuscript, he describes a mechanism using steam to turn a spit, a primitive but functioning rotary steam engine. He may not have called it an engine, but the physics were there. Steam pressure, rotary motion, energy conversion. If he had gone further, just one step beyond cooking spits, he might have built the first industrial machine. And this was 2 centuries before James Watt. But something else was building in Istanbul: suspicion. Religious leaders were uneasy. Some claimed astrology was un-Islamic. Others believed Taqi's observatory interfered with fate. And whispers reached the Sultan that his astronomer was trying to see the future, to challenge destiny. In 1580, just 3 years after the observatory opened, an imperial order came. Cannons fired from the Bosphorus. The observatory was destroyed. All his instruments shattered. The steam sketches? Forgotten. So what if it didn't end there? What if the observatory survived, and Taqi al-Din had built that engine? Would the Ottoman Empire have entered an early industrial age? Could Istanbul have become the first city of railroads, mechanized factories, or printing presses powered by steam? The timeline could have shifted. The Industrial Revolution might have started in the Middle East. Colonial power structures could have reversed. And perhaps the modern world would have been shaped by different hands entirely. All lost because of fear. Taqi al-Din was a man of numbers, gears, and stars. But in his time, truth alone wasn't enough to protect ideas. His lab, his dream, his engine erased by cannon fire. Centuries later, science still faces walls: fear, politics, censorship. And every time we suppress an idea too bold, too early, we should ask, are we destroying another Taqi al-Din? And how many futures have we already erased?